Greetings to my fellow backcountry enthusiasts. This is Avalanche Canada forecaster and ACMG ski guide Josh Smith with your regional conditions update for the weekend of December 13th. The theme for this week's conditions update is regional variability. The weather this week has been a real doozy. Rarely in over a decade of forecasting have I ever seen such diverse conditions throughout our province. Bitter cold in the north, rain at mountaintops in the southeast, and copious amounts of snow at upper elevations ever in between. This has created a variety of avalanche problems and danger ratings going into the weekend. Getting a good handle on conditions in your region and making wise terrain choices is going to be key, especially if there's a persistent slab problem where you ride. Over the past few days, there have been numerous very large persistent slab avalanches reported on all aspects at upper elevations in primarily the Columbia Mountains, but also in the sea to sky in some areas of the Rockies. Yet another warm front is bringing significant precipitation, strong winds, and rising freezing levels to much of the province this weekend. We can expect this weather to form reactive storm slabs in many areas and increase the likelihood of triggering very large persistent slab avalanches in areas with a persistent slab problem. Whenever I see a persistent slab problem in the region that I plan to visit, I take a much more conservative approach to the terrain I expose myself to. Why? Because of uncertainty. Storm slabs and wind slab avalanche problems are much more predictable and easier to manage than a persistent slab problem. Persistent slabs are often less likely to trigger, but much larger and more dangerous if you do trigger them. Here are a few things that I'm going to keep in mind as I head into the backcountry this weekend. I'm going to use the avalanche and weather forecast to plan where I can find the best and the safest riding. I'm going to use the avalanche forecast as a starting point, but then I'm going to continually assess the local conditions when I get out there, and I'm going to change my plans accordingly. I'll start off on small, low consequence slopes to assess the local conditions, and I'm going to avoid overhead hazards such as large avalanche paths during periods of rapid loading, or anytime I think large avalanches could hit me from above. We can expect to find great riding at upper elevations in many areas across the province this weekend. Remember to start in small terrain and verify local conditions before moving into larger terrain features if appropriate. Have fun and play safe.